complexity. They're quite weak.
Yeah. Saw Limp there as well. Has some items from fans it looked like on himself. And he's going to be heading out across the map. Kyle has an observer ward, runs into Schofield. And it looks like Infamous actually has this Earth Spirit up top for the moment. That might just be to get some vision down, though. Yeah, he has the ward on him. Do you think that he tries to lane with the Darkseer, or is he more just going to be roaming around trying to find stuff elsewhere?
I think that is going to be his first goal, laning with the Darkseer. But if it doesn't work out, you know, if he wants to rotate, he can. I mean, I think that's the power of the Earth Spirit this game. Whereas the other Earth Spirit game, you're kind of looking to stab mid most of the time, but this game he has more opportunities with the Darkseer as well.
StarLadder keeps on going up the hill, keeps on getting punched in the face. Finally can walk by, can drop a ward if he wants to. Although there are a lot of heroes in the area, so they spot him out a couple pings. Kyle still just getting up in their face. Stinger gonna surge forward, takes that level 1?
Yeah, he is hoping to get this pull off, and he needs to get this pull off. I love Z-Freak getting the Maledict as well, and well, he's not going to get the pull off, let me tell you that, and he's going to sustain a ton of damage, and he won't have Iron Shell for laning.
He has to get this. Like, he has to go in for it. And unfortunately, if he
got
does,
the range creep, I think.
That's all that you get. That feels so bad right now for Stinger. And
well, he doesn't even get it. Well, I mean, the creeps will meet up. He will get the range creep, but who the hell cares?
Yeah, Z-Freak even trying to block that one off. And, well, first blood on the other side of the map. They end up taking down Moose. So at least something going back the other way as they found Kyle for the moment and trying to punish him. The body blocks are there from Schofield. The right click's coming through, but not enough to get the kill.
Seems like both offlaners are really having a bad start. Tidehunter also took Gush, so he can't really lane this efficiently. And because StarLadder is getting his experience, this is going to be pretty rough.
Courier ends up going down. Papita, a little bit of mismicro there and loses the salve as well.
I swear I see that happen so often mid lane. These mid players just... I think Sumail comes to mind. Like, he just gets his courier snipe all the time. But mid players across the Dota 2 world, man, just micro that courier.
Moo going to be able to find a couple of creeps for himself, getting towards that level 2. Body block, or excuse me, jukes it away as the body blocks come out from Excel, but Moo will still be able to walk away. He looks like he was maybe able to get that creep pull, though. Yeah, he pulls them off to the side, so... Oh!
Gosh. For that creep.
All right. Well, taking a look at the last hits, you know, you got ourselves about a minute and a half. Terrorblade up at the top, and everything looking fairly even. How bad is that Darkseer not getting the Iron Shell early on? Like, he's gotten his level 2 now.
He's got 0 CS. That's pretty bad.
Okay.
In fact, that is absolutely atrocious. And unlike a Tidehunter, I think Darkseer can't really walk into a lane as efficiently. I mean, Moo is also suffering quite a bit, but once he gets that first point of Kraken, he should do just fine. Until then, though, look at him getting punched.
It's a lot of damage. Does have those boots so he can outrun some people, but to get to that level 2 desperately. I guess both of those heroes are fairly effective at farming in the jungle as time goes on if there's some stacks or something going on.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a little bit of a silver lining.
In fact, I say Complexity have too many people that use the stack, right? Ty could do it, Sven could do it. So unless the supports are up on their game, this is going to be pretty rough. Complexity continue to abuse this pulling tactic. But oh, look at the neutral though.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah.
Really well played there. They're still going to get a couple of those, but Axel actually, he can probably do a secondary pull here if he wants to. Kyle, pull it punched. They're not going for it. He
lost aggro.
Wow, and now Stinger going to TP away.
He might die here to Maledict. There you go.
Does get ticked down, and that's also the experience. Z-Freak making it happen. So 1 kill apiece so far. Slight lead as far as the net worth is concerned towards Complexity. It's going to be Moo trying to do another one of these pulls. It's a lot of damage onto this camp, so it's going to end up dying before they're able to get away. And Kyle moving in as well. They've got some right click here if they want to go for it, but reflection on it too, and Moo's just gone. Now rolling forward, trying to find that StarLadder, and he does manage to find the crush. Infamous chasing into the river. Kataro's completely left the lane. They want to get this kill. The tree from the Tiny. They take him down.
Yeah,
a double for a cell.
And Terribly even teleports back into the lane, so he doesn't even miss too much CS. So very nice move. Earlier you were asking me, what is the Earth Spirit's gonna do? Is he gonna, stay with the Darkseer, or is he gonna help mid? Neither. I really liked Infamous's choice here, because normally if the Earth Spirit isn't here, then the Tide and the StarLadder get to continuously make these pull. But because he and Dazzle are so persistent, StarLadder is what, a level 1? Tide's like 2.5. They're very low level because of the very well played Schofield Earth Spirit, just kind of running chaos.
Yeah, and you look over there at that hard camp that was up in the top lane as well for the Dire side. Yeah. They were able to simultaneously take away a lot of that farm that the Tidehunter was trying to get. So they got a couple of those range creeps. They keep on pulling over and over again. Good stuff.
Yeah, normally Tidehunter gets that gush at level 1 because it's so efficient, knowing the fact that you'll get level 2 and 3 very quickly because of the pulls. But the support play, again, have done it so well that level 1 in Gush, I think he's really regretting it, because that Gush means, less levels of Kraken Show and more damage that he's taking in lane.
Now, the plus side of this is that it has meant it's been a Death Prophet versus Tiny lane pretty much exclusively.
Yeah.
And DP is just completely outplaying Pepita here.
Not only that, the Darkseer is getting completely trashed as well. So as well, toss back here, maybe kick into the tower. No, it's going to be just a stun, and now it's going to be Pepita in a lot of trouble. Maledict's on him. He is going down to the last Maledict tick.
Yeah, and this is a real problem right now. Limp is level 6 at 5.5 minutes, and Schofield might just go down if he's not careful. There's going to be a roll away. God, there's a lot of damage coming out from this DP already.
Yep.
He's 2 levels ahead of Pepita.
And the bottom lane, as I was mentioning before the mid-action happened, is also not looking too good for Darkseer. Darkseer has finally some CS, but look at the number of denies on this Sven. He's got 22 denies. I mean, generally you will have a high number of denies versus Iron Shell, because, it's pretty easy to deny versus Iron Shell, but still, this Sven is controlling the bottom side.
I mean, that's the thing. You sort of put Moo in this position where he's going to lose the lane, but you win the other 2 pretty hard.
Yep.
And it's going to be a lot on the back of Kataro playing on this Terrorblade. In fact, another movement in. Pepita rotating with level 5, and they're going to try and take down this Tidehunter. It's going to happen. Haste Rune very effective. As bottom lane, they find the Darkseer yet again. Chessie chasing, not finding the kill. He does have another couple of Maledict on him, but the raindrop should keep him alive.
Yep. I do feel like Infamous is maybe putting too much emphasis on the Tidehunter. I feel like getting a ton of these Tide kills, the first couple is good, but they're getting diminishing returns. And what I mean by that is that Tidehunter is nearing level 6, and that's pretty much all he cares about. Sure, if he gets like a later Meg or a later Blink, that's going to be a little bit rough for him. But unlike most other offlaners, Tide predominantly cares about level 6 more than anything else.
Right.
If you look at, by comparison, like Darkseer, right? Darkseer, not only does he want levels, he also wants his Helm of the Dominator and Soul Ring. And by killing him over and over, that's great.
And he is the same level right now as Z-Freak, who just stole away a lot of experience. They are going to try and run down this Witch Doctor here, and with Ion Shell as well as the Poison Touch, Z-Freak should take enough damage to end up falling. In fact, they're going to bring in everybody, get a little bit of extra experience for it.
I am surprised that he didn't go for the TP as soon as he saw Darkseer surging at him, because there is no stun generally available this early from the Darkseer.
Moo now able to stand alone against Kataro in the lane, and as you mentioned, it's going to be Infamous trying to leave alone for a bit and make stuff happen on the other sides of the map, but that means that Terrorblade's going to run some issues farming. 2 to 5, 8 minutes in, and Limp at level 7 still hanging on to that point, see if he wants to go for any early exorcism play.
Yep.
Bottom lane by that bottom rune. It looks like there might be something breaking out. They will separate as there's a DD rune for Chessie. And
oh yeah, look at that farm.
That's what they wanted to get. Really nicely done. There's a little bit of a battle for it breaking out, and well, this is going to be the Ancients falling, and Infamous can kind of just look on from the south as they have to head back towards the bottom lane.
I do wonder if they want to change the name of that camp from Ancients, as well as, you know, the Uraxis also calling Ancients. And this game being Defense of the Ancients, you know, like, it could get confusing for some new guys.
Oh, I'm with you. I don't think so. But, maybe. Infamous now realizing that Ancient stack, it is gone. They're going to block out the camp and maybe try and set up, but nobody's home mid. They're just up there onto the top side and spread out across the map. Maybe Chessie comes back mid and TP's there, but we'll see.
So if this is Lacoste casting, he'll talk about how much he hates the item build on Sven right now.
Oh yeah?
I'm going to echo his sentiment here. One of the thing about Sven is that he itemizes very quickly and he fills his inventory slots very rapidly as a result.
Yeah.
So when you start the game off with Echo Saber, with Mask of Menace, later on you need Blink, you need BKB, you want SMY. You do run out of slots very rapidly. Top lane looks like there might be a little bit of action as Earth Spirit makes a teleport there.
Infamous ended up going for the meta. Freak being there. Also spotted that rotation for a couple of heroes, ended up being a pretty quick little combination. They ended up being able to go for a play, but then obviously the ward scouting out both the Earth Spirit and the Dazzle.
Yep. So things might look like a little calm right now, but I think the game is heading to a direction where complexity is going to ramp up the pressure very much so. They're going to use these cooldown pretty much clockwork. Every time it comes off cooldown, they will get some big objectives. It'll be good for complexity if they're able to take these tier 1s without needing to spend any ultimates, but looks like we're going to see group up and, well, they're going to pop an ultimate right there and likely going to get that tier 1.
Ita chasing Kyle, though. They want to find him off to the side. Vacuum a little bit late. Kyle does get out of there, and, well, there's nothing really gained for this while this is happening.
Yep.
Down here bottom, a crush. Pepita tries to turn this one, does get the kill, but now Limp is there, runs into the Death Prophet, and that is a very quick kill into Tiny. I guess that's the other thing to mention. I don't remember who it was I was talking to the other day, but Spirit Siphon being very effective against Tiny because of status resistance. It ends up being a good amount of damage over a shorter duration.
Yeah, well, yes and no. I've also seen people say we just toss the DP away.
Okay.
So I've seen it kind of play both ways, but going to comment on how high value that exorcism was, right? They used it mid, got the tier 1 tower, teleport bottom to get a kill, so very nicely done. And now Kyle, he might die for this, but look at how much chaos he's causing around the map.
They're all chasing. He might just kill off Schofield. The stun silence vacuum, that keeps him alive.
Okay.
And he's thinking about it, going for the crush. Schofield's still level 6. He rolls in there, he's dead, and Kyle's actually going to get out.
Yeah, he's fine. I feel like Kyle is just running around laughing at Infamous right now because they are spending so much time chasing the StarLadder around, and regardless whether they kill Kyle or not, it has absolutely no impact on this game. What is actually more important is the fact that
oh no, they get the crush. He takes the bounty rune, gonna roll away, and now Moo TP'd back in. He's gonna keep his buddy alive.
Yep.
Over and over again. He's really stepped his game up over the past while. I feel like he fits really well in this like warding support role, making space for his team.
Kyle?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Kyle has played the best Dota I've seen him play in the last couple of years.
4 heroes up top for Infamous. They're going to get a ward up on the high ground, and we'll be able to spot out Moo. But do you really want to spend 4 heroes ganking a Tidehunter?
No.
Who has Ravage underneath the tier 1 tower.
Here comes Limp, right? Like,
they're rolling in. They're going top. They find him there. He can get off a Ravage if he wants to. Not quite in time, though.
Yep.
So they do have enough burst damage to make it work, but they lose a tower in turn. And
I think,
Exorcism.
yeah, DPO is coming right back up. They could get 2 towers here.
They're holding on to Exorcism. That's pretty scary. The fact that Chessie can just commit his first ultimate. And now moving in for more. I mean, Lumi, what's the end game here? They trying to take a fight now with the next one? They thinking about going high ground?
I think they want to retain it to, let's say, fight mid, for example, or take Roche. Here comes a TP back in. Moo unable to get the...
He does have Ravage available. They're wrapping, waiting for it. It's a little bit scary to go forward. The reflection is out. And now the coconut's bouncing back and forth. Need to be a little bit careful here. Meta still up, they roll in, they find themselves the Tide Hunter, hanging on to that Ravage if you wanted to go for it, and 5 heroes all around him move, looking for the opening. He connects it now, able to connect on absolutely everybody. They get the silence, there's no grave out from the Dazzle, they take him down. A double for Limp, triple for Limp. What a play from that DP.
And that's why you hold out Exorcism, because they needed bottom tier 2, and now they take a big fight. Perfect usage of the silence from Death Prophet. I think a lesser Death Prophet player would have silenced the Terrorblade to prevent the Sunder from coming out, but he understood that they have enough damage to kill the Terrorblade before the Sunder and silence the Dazzler to prevent the Grave. That was 10 out of 10 play. We saw Mushi also letting off some very key silences yesterday when he played the Death Prophet, and Limp doing the exact same here, so very high caliber.
And well, Pepita a little bit upset about the situation. He's gonna chase down Moon. No Ravage, obviously. Still very hard hero to kill off as Kyle again, the anchor blocking them out, moves into position and forces the rest of Infamous back. Bottom lane, maybe something a brewing. Death Prophet spots out that Terrorblade, but with no Exorcism, seems unlikely to get anything really done. So next couple of minutes, starting to think about Roshan possibly. They've got the Solar Crest already on DP.
Yeah, not next couple of minutes, just the next minute as Exorcism is coming off cooldown. I said it earlier, whenever those ults are ready, Complexity is looking to do something. Infamous does scale better, but this is, 40 minutes in the game, and Complexity is not going to give them the time to actually get to that point.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's worth noting that it's 3,000 net worth lead at 15 minutes, and Sven gonna take down another little stack of Ancients for himself here.
And all of that 3,000 lead is concentrated into the 2 cores. If you look at the net worth,
right,
the Complexity cores are so much further ahead.
All right, the Earth Spirit might have caught sight of the Sven.
I think Roche is happening right now.
Yeah, and they're going to be able to take this. Again, holding on to that DP Exorcism if a fight breaks out, but they're going to use that Sven ulti.
Yes, the Sven ulti has a much shorter cooldown by comparison, and you could arguably say that it's even better for the engagement against Roshan. So a very critical note about the new patch is that with the Roshan getting 25% status resistant, you could no longer perma medallion / Solar Crest the Roshan, and things.
Oh, hold that thought. Stun silence, maybe a turnaround here. Pepita able to take down one. Z-Freak's gone as well.
Here comes that Exorcism being used on the backline. Dazzle in a lot of trouble. He's going to grave himself. Well, that's going to be a kill. It looks like Chessie's going to pick it up, and now Limp going on the bottom side, trying to fight on the backline here. KTR is very far away from the rest of his team.
Schofield, the Ravage, it's on to 2 though. They're starting to bring him down. The silence, there's not going to be a Sunder, and they take him down this time. With Dazzle already gone, they make it work.
We are seeing the 2 teams' big difference when it comes to choosing the fights and the reasons to take these fights. Whenever Complexity are looking to take fights, they have objective in mind, right? Whenever Infamous are taking a fight, they just took Terrorblade to take a jungle fight. That's generally where you don't want to have Terrorblade taking fights. Terrorblade wants to take a fight in front of the enemy tower, so that after you win the fight, you take their tier 2 or something like that.
Right.
So I just feel like Complexity is showing that they're much more vastly superior as a team, just off of strategy. Not even gameplay, just strategy.
Uh-oh. Old Stinger trying to get away here and make his way out. No glimpse or anything, obviously, since there's no disruptor in the play. But he's going to be able to escape. And looks like the Tiny might be able to set something up there onto the Witch Doctor if he comes too far forward in the top lane. But we'll be able to walk away well. So instead, Pepita, for that catch, might be able to get him. Z-Freak, does he realize what's coming his way? It's got to go through the trees. This takes so long to do right here for Pepita, but he might still be able to make it work.
Z-Freak's very tanky. He's got the raindrops, he's got the Vitality booster.
Yeah,
Okay, well,
instead he's just going to try and get away. It's not even trying for a kill. Yeah, it hurts. This is a tough situation to be in itself. Gone in 2. Chessie is not messing around with the damage.
What's High's cooldown on Ravage? If he has it back up soon, they could just straight up high ground. Okay, never mind. 30 seconds, 45. They might still just like pop DPO and just take a, they might go at top. I just feel like the map is so open to complexity right now. There is no threat. They could do whatever they want. They could fight wherever they want.
Yeah. Well, the unfortunate part is that they don't really have vision right now, Infamous, to see where complexity is. A lot of their vision is centered around the other side of the map. So complexity is free to roam. And Ancient Stack, another one going the way of Chessie. It's gotta hurt for Infamous. I mean, still, Kataro is a scary hero. Terrorblade, if he can get that farm up, could be an issue to deal with, but it's a 6,000 gold lead, 19 minutes in.
I just don't think he'll get the time to get farm.
Yeah.
Z-Freak's gonna go down here most likely, unless there's some magical casket.
Chase goes through. Pepita manages to take the kill away at the end.
Normally, as a Terrorblade, even if your farm isn't that fast, you could get some value from reflection. But look at the heroes that he's reflecting this game. Like, they're not providing a ton of aura. Like, you don't get much benefit from reflecting a Sven or a Death Prophet. So I feel like the Terrorblade pick was very well adjusted to by complexity.
Tidehunter level 13, Pipe Phase, Soul Ring. There's the funny tweet that Ice put out yesterday that Tidehunters build Arcanes instead of Phase Boots, but it seems like Mu has augmented the build with a Soul Ring in there as well.
Okay.
Gotta love to see it.
I think Phase High is actually pretty decent because there's so much minus armor in this game.
Wait a minute, over by the Ancient Stack. They're gonna be able to find him. Oh God, and again, Terrorblade goes down. And with the Exorcism popped, it might be time to do this. There's no buyback. 40 seconds on the sidelines.
This is Rex. Oh, okay, Schofield's going to try to do a little bit of nice pulling. He's going to actually prevent the entire wave, making him follow him instead.
Although,
well,
Complexity are going to put the kibosh on that and still able to chase this one.
Schofield's back.
But desperately.
All they need is like that 1 or 2 creep wave. But he has actually waited out the Exorcism, so Schofield saving that Rex.
Yeah. Putting the team on his back. It's not incredibly easy to high ground against this lineup. They've got a decent amount of team fight.
But here's the thing, right? Even if complexity isn't high grounding, I don't think they are. Like, look at the net worth on Chessie.
Yeah.
It really helps when the other team sacks for you as well in their own jungle. Because that's really much what's happening, right? Chessie's just taking stacks.
I think he's farmed more their side of the map than on his.
Yeah. I mean, I like the idea of sacking Ancients, but you need to be able to protect them. And honestly, Infamous is not exactly well equipped to take Ancients. They only really have Tiny, right?
Yeah. Pizza again, spotting out Kyle in the bottom lane. Not an easy kill to go after for any of these heroes. Well, he's going to try and go for it now. Toss the turn, maybe a chance. The tree, it's not quite enough. 19 HP.
That was a ballsy sprint turned on. I think he could have just walked away, but I guess he did some NA math and was not punished.
All those little things, it feels like skin of their teeth, they're getting out of there. And well, now Infamous forced to back out again. It does force rotation backs from Complexity, so Infamous are doing a good job of defending their high ground without having to take a fight. Their movement is defending high ground.
Yep. Do you want to point out the skill build that Z-Freak has went for? Z-Freak normally the very greedy position for Witch Doctor, player for the team. Has max Maledict, and well, the combo here is Maledict plus the Soul Vessel. And you actually do a significant amount of damage.
Yeah.
Just on your own.
Completely alone here, Chessie in the mid lane. They do spot this out for the moment, and I mean, they're going to be able to find one. Taro wrapping around. Mu is there as well. They run into everybody. They pop the Ravage for this one. And, well, Infamous, they're caught for the moment. The vacuum wall down onto 2. Witch Doctor Ultimate coming out, though. It's doing so much damage to Kataro. He does have a Sunder, but Chessie comes in. Going to finish him off as well. That's the BKB reveal. Old Stinger silence. No surge for him. And the minus armor is just massive. The Grave, it's not going to be enough. He's going to try and surge away, but he's gone.
Yep, and they still have that DP Exorcism available. I mean, there are 2 buybacks, but getting Infamous to use their buyback is just as good.
And well, very soon they're going to be able to TP back with the Tiny, but what is he really going to be able to do in this situation? The Witch Doctor did so much damage in the fight, and you were talking about it, that Maledict max.
Yeah, he is also very tanky because of the Soul Vessel as well. So, took a lot of that right click from Terrorblade, no problem. Complexity will take the first lane of Rax very easily. They could actually rotate top if you like, and do some damage, but they're going to say Exorcism is back, or down rather, Infamous is back, so let's get out and take some buildings.
Dye in their eyes, crossing their T's, taking out the shrines, and then most likely gonna wait for the next round of Aegis as Roshan has respawned. That is a very quick timer. I think that it was almost no bonus time on that one.
I'm pretty sure Chessie is setting some sort of record on Sven at this point in the game. He is so stacked. He has, I believe, an Orchid now.
Yeah.
Which is, you know, we saw how important limb silences in these fights were. Now he could actually put one on Terrorblade or on the Dazzle, depending what the situation calls for.
Yeah, and like there's a DD as Roche respawns for them 24 minutes in. Like everything is coming up Complexity. It's not just good play, but it's also a combination of that and a little bit of luck working their way. We're gonna have to watch what that GPM was afterwards, because I'm sure you're right. There's something going on here for this guy. Roche falls, Aegis on the Sven, and almost level 20 at 25 minutes.
Top wave is being very shoved in right now. Complexity is taking a little bit of tower damage, but don't think they care about it too much.
Now Kyle jumps forward, pines Pepita, they got the DD, they decide instead for Chessie to go on the other side. They get the kill onto the Dazzle. They're gonna be able to kite away Pepita. Really good decision making there by the Sven. They know that they're gonna be able to get both of them. Now the turn, now the chase, the silence, the follow-up, and the swipe from Chessie gets the kill.
Chessie's losing GPM per minute. No, Chessie, keep it up. Keep hitting creeps.
He has had a hell of a game for himself, and like you said, it was those stealing of the ancient stacks and then taking his own, just everything. As they're going to go for the top lane of Rax. No heroes are in there right now from Infamous. Dazzle just respawned.
Might be a base trade of some sort here, as bottom is being pushed into here as well. But
I mean, it's
not gonna. I mean, those tiny skeletons doing a little bit of work.
They do some work, definitely. Z-Freak trying to get up together with the rest of his team is going to force away Schofield. Manages to find the stun, but it's down bottom where Complexity are going to push now for another lane of Rex. Nobody from Infamous is responding. Terrorblade's back, but they find the Crush. They got him caught now and maybe in some more trouble. They're going to be able to find a silence onto the heroes that are coming to help and assist Kataro. But Kataro trying to get a Sunder off here, maybe a possibility for it.
You might guess.
They have so much damage though to turn back around. The Crutch, it comes out, they connect, they get a wall off as well, and now the top as well. Kataro looking for it. They find the Ravage. He's not getting the Sunder off the right.
No.
Finishes him off, and GG's called. This was a stomp and a half.
Yeah, we haven't even seen a Sunder being cast the entire game because Complexity was so good, especially in that last team fight. We saw the little dance. Both players are running back and forth. One trying to get off the Sunder, the other trying to prevent it. And yeah, that was a very clean one for Complexity. I think the only scuffle that they had made was when they tried to defend that mid-tier 1 tower.
Yeah.
A couple of heroes showed up a little bit too early, and they died as a result. But otherwise, a very clean game from Complexity.
That man with the beanie there, a lot of net worth on him, and Limp also on that Death Prophet. You talk about that one fight that worked around their way, and you know the silence that they got onto the Dazzle. It all looks so freaking clean. Infamous though on the other side, I mean, the panel was talking about it, some issues that need to be resolved. What would you look to as far as like the